lucky ladies find the love we deserve. For a mere $1,500 a month. That's $9,000 for dating advice. Multiplied by 8, that's $72,000 in 6 months. I don't know about you, but I'd really like to make that kind of money. So I looked into how long I'd have to go back to school to figure out how to become a dating coach. And it turns out there are exactly 0 requirements to go into the field. I'm not saying that the experts are wholly unqualified to advise you. I'm just saying that they aren't necessarily any more qualified than, say, me. I don't want to brag, but I've had 4 dates this year. That brings my lifetime total to like 19, give or take, say, 10. And I've had sex. So I went online and I got this name. It says dating coach. So I'm in business. As your dating coach, I'll sort of be like your professional friend. I'm a pretty good friend. Up until now, I've just been giving these services away for free. It's kind of funny though, people don't really listen to free advice, even when it's the same exact advice your professional friend is going to give you. I mean, here's an example. The guy you're seeing introduces you as his friend when you go to a party, and you thought you were in a relationship. Talk. If he insists that you two are friends who are having sex and nothing more, let him fuck his other friends. Move on. See, I'm good at this. Of course, you don't have to give good advice in order to make good money. Another online coach said in his podcast that a woman who gives a great blowjob is sure to get a second date.
Nope.
That's terrible advice. First, qualify great. There's no national standards board that puts its stamp of approval on what you've got on offer. I think I did really well on the written test, but I'm not sure about the oral. I don't think so. What you have on offer, blowjob-wise, is going to be just fine. Don't you worry. Second, this advice implies that men are just fine dating a woman who's blown every first date she's ever had. I find that hard to believe. At some point, she's going to borrow your toothbrush. You might want to keep that in mind. So my advice is this. Save it up for someone special. It should be boyfriends who complain they never get blown and husbands who walk around looking satisfied. And just to be clear, I mean blow your own husband, not someone else's. I additionally take exception with the underlying argument of the entire podcast. This expert is telling women that without the promise of some sort of sexual gratification, the pleasure of their company is no longer satisfactory to sustain a man's interest long enough for them to get to know each other. I find that really hard to believe because I see men walking their dogs at the beach every day. And I'm pretty sure they're not fucking their dogs. At least I really hope they're not. And I just don't believe that the care and feeding of an entirely other species is in a man's wheelhouse, but a sexless cup of coffee is too much to ask. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, I've never had sex with a woman either, and I really enjoy their company. Women are of you what the other person is really selling. So if you meet for coffee and you have great initial chemistry, that's unusual and really lucky. So don't ruin it by jumping into bed too quickly. Like, go for walks, hold hands, be vulnerable. Give it enough time to begin a relationship. You know, let the sexual tension build. Masturbate at home like decent people. I mean, anyone who's ever watched television knows that what I'm saying is true. I mean, think of like Sam and Diane, or Ross and Rachel, Batman and Robin. Writers keep couples apart as long as they possibly can, because that makes the coupling sweeter when it finally happens. So wait until you have developed some sort of, you know, finer feeling for the other person, and then you're fucking grown up. Figure it out from there. Oh dear. So my actual friend Catherine says in order to find love that you have to leave your dating ambassador at home. We tend to gussy ourselves up on a date, put on a nice outfit, full makeup, best behavior. It seems counterintuitive, but as a longtime consumer of free advice, I repeatedly hear people say that they only found love when they gave up. In Men in Search for Meaning, Viktor Frankl says that goal attainment, things like success or happiness or female orgasm, are things that can't be pursued but must ensue as a result of responsible action. So if you want to find love, you have to be yourself and just leave your ambassador at home and go out and just have fun. You know, Frankel's advice is good advice. It's also professional advice. He was a neurologist and a psychiatrist. I think he just didn't know he could just call himself a coach and skip all that schooling. In the end, there's no one right way to date. In fact, my neighbor just told me that she and her husband of 57 years got married after only 3 weeks. When it works, it works. So there you have it. Get out there and date and make mistakes. Learn from them. Don't let fear make you a sucker. Oh, yeah.